Hey guys, it's Micah from MTech, also SortSwift. I just wanted to show you guys how to use our Simple Sifter hardware. Once you have the Simple Sifter set up, you'll get this Raspberry Pi. You'll install our image that we provide to you, and you follow the setup guide in the dashboard. Once you follow those steps, it should pop up a page on the dashboard. So if we go back to the dashboard here, we go over to scanning, go to Simple Sifter, and on this page you have the check certificate button. What that does, see my certificate has expired, you just hit proceed anyways. It says welcome to Simple Sifter, you close it out, you hit connect, it waits on your scanner to be ready, you turn the scanner on, and then you watch the status here. It says waiting for scanner to be ready. It now says Fujitsu found and ready. So our next step that we're going to do is scan cards, and I'm scanning to list in our chaos inventory. I've got all of our cards here. I pull 100 of them out, and then I put them in the scanner. And what I want to tell the scanner to do, I want it to scan 100 cards, and I just hit feed quantity. And what the scanner's going to do is it's going to scan those cards, and when it hits 100 cards, it's going to stop. Currently, we're scanning the list cards, and as you can see, this is the image that our scanner has scanned, and this is the image that our scanner has recognized in the system. So if you notice, it does recognize it as being the list on, it seems like all of them. The only ones we haven't been able to recognize with our recognition are these mystery booster cards, the ones with the little white paper over them. Other than that, we've got already 30 cards scanned, and it's just a matter of a waiting game. We just wait on it to scan. And these are penny sleeved cards. As you can see, it's running low. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some more, just gonna throw them up there, fan them out so that the scanner doesn't have to peel them itself, because penny sleeves are sticky. I like to keep it pretty well topped up. We're at 63 so far. And now that our cards are scanned here, we've got 100 cards. However, the only thing that I suggest doing, this is just me, I like to fan them reverse. Until we add the option of scanning face down, you just have to reverse the stack if you want to go back and verify one card at a time from the interface. You don't have to do this. I just do this because I want to physically look at each card as it appears on the screen. With it showing an actual picture of the card, you can just go with what is on the screen and say, yes, that matches, yes, that doesn't. But the only issue doing so that way, you have to fan back through your stack and find the cards that errored if there are any. And in this case, it looks like all of these cards errored because we don't have recognition for these kinds of cards specifically. Now I've got my stack of cards that's already reversed. We've got the card here that is the card that's on top. If that card is correct, I like to just take it and move it to another stack, and I'll hit enter. Enter proceeds and goes to the next card, and this works better with two hands, so I'm gonna set you over here. So what I'll do is I'll just rest my hand here. If that looks right, I'll move it over. If that looks right, I'll move it over. Sometimes what I like to do whenever I'm verifying these cards is I'll just hold the card right here where I can see it out of the corner of my eye, make sure it's that card, and scoot it. Because there's never going to be a card in here unless it multi-feeds where a card is stuck to the back like this. You can't really tell until you split it apart. There will never be a card that is just in this stack that is not on this screen. So that card did not recognize, so I'll put it over here. Then we've got Witch Stalker, Witch's Oven, Witchbane Orb, and if you'll notice on this one, it's got some shiny little particles on it. This card is only in foil. It knows that this card needs to be foil. If it's a normal card, it will have the foil option where you can just press Control and it will make that card foil. However, if this card does not come in a foil printing, pressing Control will not do anything. So here's one of those cases. I have a Wheel of Sun and Moon, but I only have it once. The next card is this Whammy Burn. So that card did not scan. All I do is take the card that isn't there. I'll just stick it back up here, throw it in the next batch. We'll delete this card that is an error. Just hit the delete key up here. Okay, so here's an instance of a card that is not recognized, but it is an easy fix because we can just type in the card name here, walking. It already has the set code of the list, and we just click walking corpse up top, and that has corrected it to the correct card. Okay, I've gone through all of that, and I need 5 more cards because I want this stack to be 100. So I change my quantity to 5. I hit feed quantity, and I just wait on them to come out. So the next steps, and this is in case you are doing chaos inventory like I am. Before you start, you should put your remark in the remarks tab here. This is my location for my internal storage, but I did notice that I didn't change it to lightly played. Luckily, there is a select all button up here. Hit bulk update, go to condition, and change it to light play. Hit apply, and then all of the items now in the queue are all light play. They're all in my correct remark, which is my location. And for example, if this card scanned wrong, luckily none of them didn't, which goes to show how good our recognition is. If you go click on this left side here, see this is a list card. If I click this to Kaladesh, it takes the list symbol away. The original set is Kaladesh, but it's actually the list. Our recognition recognized it as the list and shows us what it thinks the recognition is. Once that's done, I like to take my remark, I'll copy it, and then I'll paste it into the Sort Swift format. I turn merge items off so I can keep the scanned image and put it into my inventory. So if I hit export, and then I go to our inventory here, I go to import inventory, I add that CSV that I just scanned, I hit upload. It says 100 rows successfully added, 3692, not very much on that batch, but for example, let's go look up this fragmentized card from the list. We'll go search, we're going to show images. If I view stock, we have that exact card scan in our inventory for when we sell it, and it tells us where that card is in our inventory. So when we go to pull from our pull sheet on our pick list here, this will tell us where all the cards are that we sold, what time they sold, why they sold, and how much they sold for. Then you can go through and you can check this off. You can hit add to picking list. And on your view pick list page, you can drag these around and order them how you want. So for example, my worker wanted me to move these over because it would help him pulling. And you export that, and when you open it, you can just print it off and you know exactly where you need to go to find them. These can be sorted in different methods. I like to do it by remark. That way you always pull from left to right. And sometimes you'll have stuff that's in the same bin, like here, 3-1. You just pull both of these cards out from inventory in the same bin. Another thing that our inventory has, I mentioned in a previous video, is the ability to update a cost per card. Say we paid a penny for this card because it's bulk, right? I hit adjust. It will save that cost on that card, and we can do that on any card in our inventory that we have more than one of as well. For example, this unglued forest, I have 2 of them. They're different cards. One is heavy play, one is moderately played. However, I might have paid the same cost for them. Unlikely with them being different conditions, I can put my costs at 350 on this one, for example, and it will not update the other item. So see, this cost is still 0, this one is 350. It also shows me when I added this item to inventory, what day and what time. So this is just some of the major features that we have at SortSwift just in our inventory and scanning modules. We also have a file upload method. Instead of using our Simple Sifter, you can use our file upload, where you scan the image and then you upload the files and then they're recognized. So that moves us on to export methods. I like to use SortSwift because it works natively with our system the best and it has the most details. However, There are a bunch of other export methods that you can do, including TCG Player. There's a format that matches QuickList, one that uploads directly to Binder POS, one that uploads directly to Manipool, one that uploads directly to Card Trader. Then we also have formats that work well with Power Tools and Crystal Commerce. The Crystal Commerce one works about 90%. We've done our best to modify the data that we have that still matches their format. We aren't going to spend much more time making that work perfect, but it does work about 90% of the time. Another thing that we can do is you can determine a high value of your cards. So for example, items over 5, but let's say I want items over $1 to be considered high value. I can then use this split high value checkbox here and export as a CSV, and it will give me 2 files. One of them is a non-high value file, which is anything under $1. The other one is a high value file with anything over $1. That way you can prioritize listing the stuff over $1 and save the stuff under $1 for some people who only want to list stuff that isn't bulk. Every card has value to me, so we'll list all of it. It'll sell eventually, and we've got plenty of room to store it. One of the final things that we have that is really important is this label maker. So I like to use the labels and barcodes printing when I use it. I like to round to 10 cents. So this will give us a format that we can use that you can put on your cards for inventory if you want to. It will tell you what day you printed this label for this price to say you need to go back and check it before selling. This barcode will scan into our barcode system, which we're working on a point of sale now, but we also have a price check tool. What this is basically I don't have a barcode scanner here, so I can't show you, but this is basically a point of sale without the ability to process. So if you already have a point of sale that you use, you can use this to look the prices up and then add those prices as custom items to your other point of sale. That is just a price checking tool. The point of sale should be released hopefully this month. Another thing we offer our customers are models. For example, this bin here that I've been using is offered for all of our customers to just download and 3D print themselves. We also have the little 3D printed arm that I modified this scanner with to make it work where it does not damage cards at all. That's a pretty good tour through our systems. The file upload is exactly the same layout as the Sifter, except you upload your files here. I have a Pokemon card here that I can scan and show. So we've got this Electrode card. There it is. We've got first edition. You do have to tell the system if you want it to do first edition or unlimited. However, if the printing type that you have selected is not in the printing type of the actual card, it will default to the first one. And in this case, it's first edition hollow foil. All the export methods are the same on the right side. So now that I've shown you the Simple Sifter method, you should be able to figure out all of the other file upload methods and even the webcam method. It's a little more involved on the webcam method, but there is a setup guide on the dashboard to show you how to use it all. There's a full walkthrough. You've got to download OBS and some virtual camera stuff to get it to auto crop. However, if your webcam can take a picture, this is going to show me, hello. If your picture is cropped perfectly, so for example, it has a 5mm border around all edges, then you should be able to just upload those pictures straight to the file upload section. But other than that, I think that's a pretty good tour through the scanning section of our website. A little bit into the inventory, but I can go more in depth on that in another video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, definitely leave us a comment, and I'll take any feedback that you guys send. Y'all have a good one.